This is an invitation to really discover the changeless, timeless being that you are in a changing and ever-changing world. Everything changes, and right now we're experiencing, maybe more than ever, a very noisy world. Here in our own country and really throughout the world, there's a lot of voices that we're hearing. There's a lot of distractions that are happening. Many are negative voices that are trying, not consciously perhaps, but have the ability to pull us out of our changeless, timeless, peaceful center. But the part of who we really are, the part that has always been with you, that will always be with you, doesn't ever change. It doesn't waver, it doesn't fluctuate, it doesn't vacillate. It is always silent and still and completely aware of everything that you're experiencing without any judgment. So the invitation is to experience a deeper, more profound peace than maybe you currently have been experiencing by tapping into, by recognizing the changeless being that you are. And this changeless being that we are is profound, unconditional, unwavering love. And each day, especially with everything sounding so loud, and temptations to project onto one another, to be angry with one another, to isolate or to put up walls or to pull back from each other. This is really important right now that we don't do any of that we do not succumb to the ever-changing, noisy world, that rather we take time each day to turn within and recognize our true being. It's really, really important, especially right now, because we can get really distracted. The mind will easily get pulled out and go into all that noisy chaos that's happening. And then we forget. Then the truth of our nature becomes obscured, right, by a distracted mind that's focusing on the external rather than going inward. Now, I'm not suggesting that you don't be of service or take action if that's what's really in your heart. But what I am really inviting you to do is to go within every day, to turn away from all the noise, to turn inward to the loving being that we are, and to remember that truth, not just about ourselves, but about really everyone, everything, to suspend judgment and to wake up to the truth of our being. That's what this time is for. That's the beauty of difficult times. We always want to avoid suffering. It's our nature. It's the human nature to want to go toward pleasure, right, and turn away from pain. But the beauty of staying present during a difficult time and not escaping it or not trying to push away from it or not try to fix it is to really be with it and to understand that this pain is an invitation to go deeper. To understand that looking to anything outside of ourselves is never where we're going to find any real lasting fulfillment. It's impossible because everything outside of us is changing. And so we know that whatever is changing and vacillating and fluctuating cannot be of truth. It simply cannot be of truth. The finite world that is grounded in change is not our reality. We're having the experience of it, yes, but that changeless, timeless being that you are does not get allured or does not get tricked into thinking that all that changing, fluctuating, noisy happening is what's real. We're watching it play out. It's just like a very entertaining, at times maybe scary play. But we don't get tricked into thinking that that's our reality. When you were a child, you were always aware of your experience. Yes? Have you ever not been aware of your experience? So whether you were 3 or 13 or 43 or 60 or whatever, however age you are now biologically speaking, you've always been aware of what your experience is. That is the changeless part of you. It's formless. It's invisible. There's nothing tangible about it. And yet that is the part that never changes. So right now, if you're tempted or distracted by what's happening around you or what you're seeing on social media or reading about or hearing about in any venue, the invitation is for you to go deeper into the truth of who you are and to hold to that truth amidst any form of noise or chaos or upset or any kind of disturbance. We keep turning within. We keep turning within. We keep turning within. I'm inviting you right now, right here with me, to put your full attention, give it everything you got. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm right here. I'm completely present right here, right now. And I'm inviting you to bring all of you, all of your presence, every drop of focus and your attention and intention right here into this moment with me. See, when we really show up like this, when we're really right here with each other like this, the body relaxes. The thoughts begin to settle. Any fear, anxiety dissolves. In this moment, here together, right here, fully present, you're bringing the mind, all of your mental focus right here. I mean, can you feel the presence? I can feel it just talking about it. My body, let's just take a deep breath and let go. In this moment, when you're fully here, all of you, not allowing the mind to pull you into the past or worry about the future, when you're right here, everything settles down. Everything calms down. We can relax. This is where we discover our true nature. This is where happiness can begin to reveal itself. It's an aspect of our true nature. This is where, right here, is where genuine fulfillment, I mean really profound contentment, lives. And so this right here, being really present, answering the invitation, answering the call to peace by being right here, knowing no matter what happens down the road, right in this moment, right here together, right here, everything is really, really okay. And the longer we allow ourselves, it really is a choice to stay here with everything we've got, full focus. The longer we stay here, the more we're going to feel that happiness that we are, that real peace bubble up. And it will keep bubbling up. It might start as a little percolating, just a tiny little bit of bubbling, just a little bit, like a little bit of splash, maybe on a pond or a lake. But the longer we stay here and keep remaining present with all of our presence, all of our awareness being brought right here, that little tiny splash turns into a big wave. And that big wave is connected to the entire ocean. And that ocean is our shared beingness. And this beingness is filled with happiness and contentment and really deep peace. So keep practicing as the world becomes even maybe more noisy. Things are really shifting right now. They won't stay this way because everything's changing. Nothing ever lasts, right? And it's not going to stay. The pendulum's swinging a certain way right now. Eventually it will swing back. But that's the thing. It's always swinging. But this part of you and me doesn't need to change or swing. In fact, our true nature doesn't change at all. It never has and it never will. So I'm inviting you to discover, or maybe rediscover, depending on where you're at in your awakening, the truth of your nature, of your timeless, changeless, peaceful nature in this ever-changing world. So every time you're tempted to get distracted outwards and get focused on something outside of yourself, the invitation is to go inward and to really discover the loving, peaceful, happy presence that you always have been and you always will be. Thank you. Namaste.